Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. On Fridays, we talk about the product owner role in Scrum. We talk about patterns and anti-patterns that relate to ours and the team's collaboration with the product owner. And we've also put together a course to help you navigate that relationship. There's 18 modules, nearly 8 hours of tools, techniques, videos, handouts, presentations you can use to help you and your team work better with your product owner. The course is available at bit.ly/coach-your-PO. All lowercase, all one word. That's bit.ly/coach-your-PO. And now, on to the show, the Product Owner Show. Hello everybody, TGIF as they say, and this week, for the last time unfortunately, but still for one more episode, is Gurucharan Padki. Hey Guru, welcome back.
Hey Vasco, thank you so much. And yeah, although it's TGIF, I'm going to miss you guys. Right?
Absolutely, we'll miss you too. All right, before we start missing though, there is two questions we still need to ask. So the first, we'll talk about a great example of a product owner later, but for now, what might have been, Guru, the worst product owner anti-pattern you've witnessed in your career? Describe that for us.
Well, it's all, it's everywhere. It's all over the place, right? I mean, one of the, dislikes of a product owner behavior is micromanagement, right? He or she thinks that they are the boss and everyone works the way they want to work, right? And it's not something new. People are understanding that, but it's everywhere in every.
And how do you see that manifest itself? So, okay, micromanagement in general, it's easy to understand, right? Like it's a person that not only wants to tell others what to do, but tell them how to do it and be very detailed about the details, right? Because that's the micro in the micromanager. But how do you see it happening in the product owner role? Give us some examples.
So what I see is that many times the role is slightly misunderstood by people, right? Or even it comes with various different types of responsibilities. For example, I had a product owner who was also selling the product, right? So it was just sales for him, and the team has to do it. No conversation, no asking, period. He's sold something to the client, a functionality to the client. It has to be delivered on the day. The team has to work on weekends, whatever it is. I want it delivered because I have committed. That's the worst thing, right? I mean, they probably misunderstand, or the responsibilities given to them are wrong. That's how I see it.
That's a very good point, because this does not happen only with PO. But let's take the PO role as an example here, because obviously, like, we don't know it's even hard, if not impossible. That's my contention, for the team to know exactly how much something takes to develop, right? Like maybe it takes 5 days, maybe it takes 50 days. And by the way, a 10x fold in misestimation or errors of estimation is not that uncommon. It's actually quite common. But for product owners, it's even less possible for them to know how long something takes. And now you're talking to us about an example of somebody who was selling the product, told somebody else, a customer somewhere, you'll get this by then, never having talked with the team, and then holds the team to that commitment. Like, how is this even possible? Why does a person even get to the point where they think they know how long something takes that they don't even touch?
Well, that's what I say, that they don't know what they need to do as a PO, but rather end up doing something that somebody probably should discuss and get at least a high level estimate of what it takes, or how experience of similar functionality that's built over time. Basically, it is all about, I'm the product owner. I know what needs to be delivered and when it needs to be delivered. Your work as a team, just deliver it. That kind of attitude is the most detrimental attitude I've ever seen. I don't say that everyone is like that, but one thing I see seeping in is that they are, you know, they need to deliver, and they are entitled to take some decisions.
Yeah, they are entitled, right? Like, and it gets to the point that people think that they own the team. Like, the team should work over weekends. Wait a minute, these are intelligent human beings who have their own lives. Like, that you have no right of committing their weekends to your commitment.
What they don't understand is that what will get the team or make the teams easier is that a proper requirement, right? The way you write the user stories, way you give the acceptance criteria, the availability of the product owner to the team is what kind of catalyzes them to do the work smoothly, right? Or faster, for that matter. When we look at the anti-pattern, it is all about not being explicit, right? Many a times I've spoken to product owners who say that, hey, this is implicit. If it has to work, it has. But what about getting, this technology? The technology doesn't work like that. You want it that way in this technology, but you should have spoken to the architects. You should have spoken to the development team. No, I think the requirement is implicit. Everything should be covered.
Yeah, nothing is implicit. The other word I've heard product owners use is, it's a no-brainer. Of course you should do it. There's like, how do I know? I'm not the product owner.
Exactly. So
right.
that's something that that has to be dealt with, and definitely the product owners, right, should be, when we get into the product, what we do when we get into any kind of product development or project, one thing we do is that we educate the product owners on what their role is, how important their role is, what is the product backlog, and what is
also help them, right? Because it's not just educate them what they should do, but actually help them with concrete tools and techniques to do it.
Yes, very true.
So, Guru, of course, this is a bad example, but I'm sure you know many great examples of great product owners. We only want one.
Oh, sure.
But one product owner that you think might have been the best product owner you've ever worked with. Describe them for us.
Sure. So, yes, you're right. They're awesome product owners, right? I mean, such wonderful product owners. They are so transparent. So one of them I'm going to talk about is a person that I've worked with for about 3 years, and it was an absolute charm working with that person. The reason I say this is because that person, she kind of knew everyone in the team. She kind of built very good rapport with the team. She knew everyone exactly by their names, and was very nice to each one of them. That's from the personal front. And from the professional front, she used to talk about the roadmap, right? I mean, think about it. What is coming up in the next release, and we are going to come up with something like this, put a board for them and say that maybe this is where we are going to go, right? Keeping the team updated about what's coming up. Even before the end of the current release, she would give a high level overview of what's coming up in the release. Being available, for example, she used to work in a time zone, US time zone, and the team here was in India. They were working mothers, and she used to wake up at 4 a.m. US time, just so because she can spend more time and help the other team members take care of their work-life balance, right? It's not a mandate that they have to wake up early or they have to sleep late, but the availability to answer the questions, right? And keep the team focused on the target, right? And help the team resolve impediments. She used to work a lot with me and say that, Guru, how do we get this resolved? Tell me, because I work from India and she used to work from US. She said that you loop me in the mail and I'll take ownership of getting that resolved. So this was a great time, and the team felt like a family. They felt that they were guarded, they were being held and taken in the right path. So that person was awesome, one of the best.
It's a great example when you talk about the person staying after hours or coming to work before hours and helping the team because she wanted to help the team. And this is actually one of the things that I talk about a lot, is that Scrum Masters and Product Owners, they form kind of a duo, a dynamic duo that allows the team to succeed. And once we start looking at Product Owner and Scrum Master partnership as kind of a key success enabler for the team, we start to see how important it is to do what we were just talking about before, to help the Product Owner get better at what they do, but also, of course, to have a Product Owner that is able to understand that, like this example shares this idea of staying after hours or coming in early to help the team resolve a problem. That's commitment to the success of the team, and that's really one of the key aspects that I think we should look for in product owners. They are committed to the success of the team as much as we, the Scrum Masters, are.
Absolutely. The commitment is totally seen when they are available for the team, help them understand better and, verify what they have done, right? Many a times I've seen, product owners are not available, right? You get them once in a while and they just come for some time, hey, and don't even review the iteration, review the user stories at end of the sprint. So that's an anti-pattern, and I would definitely look to, as you said, help them, right? Educate and help them to become successful product owners, because we totally understand that they are the face of the client or the client themselves, right? Many a times. However, without properly working with the team, you can't work in silos saying that I'm a product owner, so team is team, you do whatever you want, I just need it. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to, hold hands with the team and work together.
Absolutely. Guru, unfortunately, we're getting close to the end, but before we do share with us, where can we find out more about you and the work that you're doing?
Well, I'm available on LinkedIn. You can look up to me on Gurucharan Padki. I'm not a very socially active person. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on WhatsApp and all that, but you would find me on LinkedIn, and I'm glad to connect with you, right? So please reach out.
Absolutely. We'll put the link on the show notes so that people can easily find Guru. And why not ask some follow-up questions? Maybe questions I didn't ask that you want to hear Guru's thoughts on. So, Guru, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
Thank you so much, Vasco. And I wish you and your team a great success. You guys are doing great. I just love what you're doing. And I hope we reach out to a lot of people, right? And I'll be tuned. Thank you.
One more week of the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast is over, but there's a lot more we have to share. We have developed our own membership site where you find a community of active and engaged Scrum Masters. In this site, you get access to exclusive content and get to interact with us, your podcast hosts, as well as the best Scrum Masters in the world. Join us at scrummastertoolbox.com/podcast and keep this podcast free of advertising. See you next week for one more week full of Scrum Master tips and tricks. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.